Well, President of the National Congress of Trade Unions, Bahamas, Bernard Evans, says the fight for workers' rights will continue in the country despite this Labor Day's march being quieter affair than previous years. Evans says the COVID-19 pandemic has landed in the Bahamas like a hurricane with the challenges it has posed to the economy. The union leader says while thousands of workers have been on the job, it will be important to ensure employees' rights are not trampled upon when they return to work.
Even though we anticipate that, the country will open up, we don't expect for all of these workers to go back to work. And so that's a very, very, very important concern for us. The minister said there are at least, 30, maybe 40,000 persons out of work. We expected that the employment rate to climb. Another 4,000 or 5,000 kids will be coming out of the school and joining the ranks of the unemployed. And so that's very, very important for us. But also, we have to manage very carefully. It's the phased approach as persons go to work, and we have to to ensure that employees don't take advantage of would-be employees who go back to work. Now they have to spread or want them to carry the work that 2 or 3 persons used to do. And so we have to ensure that in concurrent with our theme, which is workers' rights will not be quarantined by COVID-19. And so we want to ensure, because we already got some reports of some unscrupulous employees who've been taking advantage of would-be employees who have been returning to work.
Well, second Vice President of the Bahamas Nurses Union, Joanne Josie Wilson, says while the voices of workers are much quieter this year, the fight for labor has not stopped.
We still speak loud in our hearts of this great day and our founder, Serrano Fox. We take a moment to remember him and his great work, and especially for nurses, many of them are present to work today, and we'd like to say to you, Happy Labor Day, and remember that it is for a reason that this big movement is here to help to guide and help to support and for the rights of workers, and we will continue that struggle. No matter how quiet it is today, our hearts are loud.
Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union President Dean O'Rourke also noting in his Labor Day message the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on national labor force. He also thanked all essential workers for their contribution to national development.
The pandemic has brought about a change in the world of work. While employers are lamenting on the uptick in productivity, workers are highlighting the many sacrifices required of them in their work-from-home experiences. As we partner with employees during this new era, the BCPOU assures you that workers' rights will not be quarantined. The healthcare worker, law enforcement officer, food store worker, gas station personnel, or to my members in news, telecommunications, or toll operating, I stand to applaud and they salute you for your dedication.
Well, over in the second city, Grand Bahama labor leaders Quentin LaRota and Julian Russell held their own two-man Labor Day march in Freeport this morning to celebrate workers on that island. The men walked through Columbus Park to Pinus Loop, then on to Coral Reef area for about an hour, since no major Labor Day march could be held there due to COVID-19. LaRota telling our news team in a telephone interview today that Grand Bahama union leaders remain committed to ensuring the best for workers on that island despite the global health pandemic.
COVID has isolated us, and that is the worst thing I see as a union leader about this epidemic or this pandemic, is that unions thrive on unity. The freedom of assembly is essential to unions functioning the way they're supposed to function. You cannot bring pressure on an employer by a virtual march or virtual industrial action. So you have to have things on the ground, you have to have people in place, you have to have the sense of brotherhood and unity. And one of the challenges for all the unions going forward is in this sort of new virtual or computerized environment, how do you maintain or how do you improve on the tactics you once used to pressure management to get the worker what is fair and what is just?
And while there was no Labor Day parade today, that did not stop some union members from giving back to essential workers today. The unions treated officers at the Arwaki police station with a nice hot meal this Labor Day.